What up, y'all? Back for another audio occasion. It is the podcast for self-starters and those willing to make the most out of any situation. The EFS podcast is back, and I like where we drop messages for the creators, entrepreneurs, those who are starting small and working up towards whatever bigger levels of themselves they're looking for. So we got another one for you coming at your head top. Talk to them. Let's get it.
Recency defeats chronological recency. What I mean by that is artists, post your fucking song, okay? I put out 315 4 years ago. It's platinum. It has damn near 1 billion streams. Every time I post it, at least one person says,
This is Russ talking to y'all.
Too many artists think everyone has seen this. I've posted it enough. Wrong. The internet is not linear. Fans don't live on your profile. They see you in passing. We see every post we make. Our audience does not. And the audience that we're yet to have does not. Every day somebody hits me up and says, yo, I just discovered your music for the first time. To me, that's crazy, but I love it because that means growth. There are really no such thing as old songs. There are just songs that you haven't heard of yet and songs that you have heard of. If I discover a song right now that came out 10 years ago, but I hear it for the first time right now, the emotional recency of it completely overrides the chronological recency. That shit is fire right now, and it hit me today. I don't care if it came out 10 years ago. It didn't hit me till today. So I love it. And I'm now a fan of you. Now I'm going to check out the rest. And so it's like, you know, part of making music, if you want to be heard and if you want to get your stuff out there, part of your job, if that's your goal, is you have to constantly reintroduce yourself. That's it.
Reintroduction, baby.
Yeah, I'm saying one time for your head top on the way in. Good one right there. Shout out to Russ for that one. Big time on the independent side. And yeah, that shit connected. Like, post your shit.
Yeah, Russ is one of those guys, man.
He is.
Really, I think I appreciate him for giving him so much game.
Yeah, good gems too. Because oftentimes I know me and I get stuck in a point now when I'm trying to, you know, I'm forward facing, putting my shit out. It's like, damn, I already put this out in some kind of way or some way before where, you know, I did that already. It's like, it don't matter. Do it again.
Do it again.
Somebody else might see it. Somebody else might just catch on to it, and then that would be someone else to bring into the overall fold of like what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. So, yeah, man. But with that said, get this thing rolling. Let my theme music run. 1 air horn, 2 air horn, 3 air horns, and a bunch of air horns on the way in as we get this shit going. Biggest small time podcast in the motherfucking world.
Biggest. Let's go.
And if you made it to the audio/visual, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, D Burke, the man, the myth, the legend from the EFS brand himself, Mr. 1% 2 times, Mr. 39 years old as of, well, by the time this is out, I'll be at that. You know, it's birthday week, birthday weekend. We still here to record for y'all.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Got nothing but love for you, but
a lot different than, you know, years past, but we in a different space. And we here to make the next year, the big one, the actual 40th birthday, a lot more special, a lot more dramatic. But yeah, I got my man Waldo Black in the house.
Yes, sir.
The man, the myth, the legend, the father to be, the visionary.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Off the Top.
Pretty much. If you pre-podding, you already know what we're talking about.
Listen, man.
But if not, you know what I'm saying, your boy got to snap every once in a while.
Sometimes you got to get off YouTube and go to them other apps you got on your phone already to check us out. So as we fade out this theme music, man.
Don't sleep on the kid, man.
Yeah, no, that
I
was
am not
good.
a futon. Don't sleep on me, man. Do not sleep on your boy.
But yeah, man, we fade this theme music out. Check in on the way in. What's the vibes? How's the vibes?
Hey,
how's
man,
everything?
fatherhood looking good on me, man. I'm a father. If you ain't peeped the, you know what I mean, the wave, I got the hat on. Bam, today. So they know in podcast land, you know what I mean, dad gang all day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
I'm a daddy.
You loading up.
Yeah, man. Loading up is crazy. But nah, I'm there. I'm here more than anything, especially when the nursery's done. I walk in there sometimes. It'd be like 4 a.m. I just walk in there like, it's really here, yo. Pray for this. I mean, it's here. Blessings on blessings.
It's gonna be here in a big way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
when that
man.
labor happens, that's where you really.
Yeah, right. So really gonna sink in.
Yeah,
You ready to be an uncle?
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
What's up, Unc?
I am an uncle already.
You an uncle
Shouts to
status,
my other
yeah.
nieces and nephews. So that ain't I want to with respect to them, love the fam. But yeah, for sure, I am ready to around this side at least. You know, because all my other nieces and nephews ain't really as close to me. So it'd be good to
man.
have little man or woman because y'all still
We
going the
definitely,
route.
yeah, we doing it the
Yeah,
old school
yeah.
way, old school.
And that's crazy to me, but you
Why,
know,
why
I
is it
respect
crazy?
y'all.
I want to hear your opinion.
Because I would want to, for me, when I went into the process, I wanted to know just because I wanted to be prepared for what kind of life I was going to have going forward. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there's no knock to y'all, but I'm just
I
saying,
wonder,
me
like, how does the
personally,
life change? Like, either way, like, what's the biggest change
It's
between the genders that's going to change
raising
your
a
life?
girl and raising a boy is different.
That's fair.
It's just different.
It is, but that's
It's
going to be
different in how you present as a parent. It's different in how, quote unquote, hard you can go as a parent. And it's just different in the things you got to worry about as a parent.
But knowing before the baby comes out versus when the baby comes out, how does that time frame change?
It prepares me.
Oh.
It prepared me at least for
Yeah.
like what I was walking into for real. You
Okay.
know, and it's not to say, you know, refer back to the pre-pod. We just did have a little mini conversation about this before, but it prepared me for, you know, trying to raise a girl, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I expected to have a girl anyway because with my past and my lifestyle, you know,
That's
they say.
that's what it is, right?
Right. So when I found out I was having a girl, I
He
was
was
like,
like,
oh,
yep. This sounds about
tracks.
right.
So-
Yeah, this sounds about right.
So at that point, I'm like, all right, now how do I then flip my mentality to raise a young woman in the way that, you know, I would want to with what I want her to get from me? Because kids are going to be themselves in some way, one on like, you never really know what your kid is going to turn out to be. You know, they got, you know, this is on the more morbid and all that shit, but they got serial killers whose family is like, oh, I never saw this coming out of them. So,
it didn't
you
happen.
know, you never really know how your kid is going to turn out in totality, but knowing for me ahead of time, back to what we was talking about, that I was having a girl put me in a space of I looked at, seen, and operated around women for one way my whole life. Now, being a part of making a woman, because, you know, she's going to grow up at some point and be a woman, it's like, okay, now how do I give her that from me and be present in the process of her growing and learning from a man, you know, the perspectives that I would have to try to help her along in life.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think that's what I'm hoping to do either way, like boy or girl. I just want to create an environment that has love in it. You know what I mean?
No, that's no.
And that's just like, no matter what or who you are, I'm gonna love you, and we're gonna work through it together. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that to be in this process of the pregnancy and all that. I didn't want that to be the deciding factor of how I treated the child or how, you know what I'm saying? It's like, 'cause you start like, I mean, at least for me, I start like, oh, all right, I'm gonna start doing football. Like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, like, you know, whatever the case may be. It starts to come in my mindset, but I wanted to take the time for the pregnancy to just focus on like my wife, like give her everything that she needs throughout the process.
That's fair.
And I see your point though. I see how like it could be helpful in that time frame, getting the certain things you want to get, outfits, all, you know, all that stuff, clothes, it helps. It helps. But we went with a very neutral with the greens, the browns, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. There's a way to do
yellows,
it. And
we did it.
I respect
good, yeah.
you and everybody else that wants to do it that way. You know, I just know my brain couldn't handle it without like me knowing what the child
I need to
was
know.
gonna become.
I need to know.
Nah, that's a fact. Especially for me, feeling like I was gonna have a girl, knowing I'm having a girl. So, all right, now everything I expected to happen went the way it went. So I got to prepare myself for what I think this path is gonna be for me.
Yeah.
You know, outside of just putting too much pressure on myself, like we referenced a little bit earlier.
Yeah, man.
It's like, all right, now I know I got a girl coming, so I know at one point I might have to, yoke up a little nigga in high school,
Hey,
like that kind of shit down the line.
High school, she's gonna drive. I'm thinking about how close high school is. She about to drive.
Nah, she ain't there yet.
That's less than half a decade.
She'll be 9 in September.
All right, so let's
She'll be 9
that's
in
five
September.
or 6 years.
I ain't worried about that just because that's a whole nother
it's
thing.
flying by.
We might have fucking flying cars at that point. And I don't know what
wow,
the fuck.
you really gonna be out here, right?
Yeah, nah, because I'm gonna have to learn how to drive on myself. Word.
No, but it's just fire to be in this place, man. How about you? What's going on with you, and mentally, spiritually, and everything in between, as you always say?
Facts. And regular, bro. Like broken record. I'm working, I'm grinding. My birthday came around like that, and I realized I wasn't doing shit for it special. So I'm just keeping it easy. I only really got in the habit of celebrating myself for my birthday maybe in like 2021, 2022. Okay. Before that, and you can ask my family members, my sister, I'm just like, all right, whatever. One year, me and my sister Jasmine, her funny story that she tells is after I graduated from Marquette, we came back home. We spent pretty much the whole summer together, living together in Brooklyn. So my birthday came around, and again, I wasn't doing shit for it because I'm not a person, or I wasn't a person in my life that would try to over-celebrate myself just because, you know, every year you're going to come around to another year anyway. For me, years in life is about living, learning, and, you know, making yourself better in some way for the next year that you go through.
Right.
And I always looked at it like that. She was like, what you want to do? I'm like, man, give me Wendy's, and we call it even. She was like,
crazy.
Nigga, what?
I'm like, that's crazy.
Like, give me Wendy's, we going to kick it. Like, that's it. You know,
I mean, I'm down for the kick it part, but the Wendy's, we got to eat a little bit better than that.
Yeah, but, you know, but again, like 2021, 2022 is after coming home from being overseas and just being here on boots on the ground. And looking at my life in totality to that point, it's like, yo, I've done some dope shit, you know, especially when referencing back to the whole uncomfortable transition from being a pro to coming home and getting yourself like right in the home so you can have a life going forward and break out of the mental, you know, status of, I don't know what to do because I'm a pro athlete and now I'm in the real world. Like all that transition I went through when I felt like I kind of got it down, I'm like, okay, now, like, you know, I feel really good about myself. So let's start to celebrate life a little bit more. And then understanding that shit, niggas die every year. So,
Facts,
you know,
bro.
at that time, it really hit me like, just be
man.
grateful to be here and make the most out of your shit. So I got into years and years of just being able to celebrate myself around my birthday, traveling, doing shit, booking dinners. Like, you know, you've been to some of the joints.
Yeah, so. I've been to the joint. Rooftop joint was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
That was a good one. Yeah. That was a good one, but it also wasn't in certain ways.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's other layers to that.
Remains to be. We're gonna leave that. We ain't untouched.
But I'm glad you're in a space where you at least, you know, you good, content, and
I'm content.
You know,
now I'm just grinding. I might, you know, do a little something once we get some business things secured over the next couple of weeks. I might try to spin out and do a little something at the end of August, like early September. But
I've been seeing the training's going really well too.
It's picking up.
People really resonating with you. You working their ass off too. Pause. I've been seeing it, man. I was like, man, he over there got them sweating. I'm like,
I mean, I know what I'm doing at this point.
Facts.
You know, I know what I'm doing at this point, and that'll kind of be referenced later when we get to our walk with me, you know, conversation. So, but yeah, everything with that been going pretty well. But at this point now, let's start kicking some of these niggas' backs in because
man,
there's so much going on the board today.
Where do we even start, bro?
I mean, we start somewhere. I
mean, it's been a lot going on with the athletics, and
I guess we'll do GIllie first. And
okay.
I was hoping Drew Falls would be able to pull up today, but him, like you, was like, nah, bro, I got to build this and that. And the baby's
it's
room,
been
nursery,
a lot,
the nurses. So I'm like, all right, bro.
Ceiling fans in and stuff. It's been a lot, bro.
I mean, all right, kick it. Do what you got to do. But we could touch the whole GIllie situation first.
Yeah, where do you want to start with that GIllie conversation? Because there's layers to it. Is
there that really many layers to it? It's like a couple layers.
It's a couple layers because we can go back to first comments. We can go back to Cam Newton. We can go back to most recent.
I mean, they pretty much, unless you live under a rock, you kind of know where it's at up to this point, how it got here with the whole GIllie and Cam thing. We ain't really spoke about it because it didn't really fall on topics of our last couple episodes. Yeah. But now, shit going on so long, it's like a weekly thing about what's going on here, and Ryan Clark and Cam talking to Ryan Clark, Cam talking to GIllie talking back to Cam.
Cam Newton, he made some references and made some statements, and it was being, you know, talking about performance, talking about certain things, and he made reference to GIllie, talking about his music, Philadelphia album, things like that. The back and forth got a little heated, got a little toxic. And then Cam really fired back, got really personal, got really, you know, he was basically talking braggadocious, and came at GIllie. And then most recently, GIllie was at his birthday event in Philly, and they brought the Super Bowl championship to the birthday event.
Yeah, I saw.
And while he was at the birthday event with the Super Bowl championship, he took the opportunity to say some, you know, choice words. He basically called out Cam Newton and said, "You ain't got one of these." Screaming it into the camera repeatedly, in the microphone repeatedly, or, you know, while, you know, he's being recorded, and just being very, very, very toxic. He's like, "I'm not going back and forth, but Cam, you ain't got one of these." things like that.
I mean, they are going back and forth at this point. So everybody just keeps saying,
I'm not going back and forth. You are
like,
doing it.
Y'all gonna keep going back and forth.
You're doing it. But in a turn of events now,
which is where this show shit went left with me. But
I don't know how this happened, but Johnny Manziel now jumped in the conversation where he was like, I'm next time I see you, I'm gonna slap you in the face to GIllie, which is a very, escalated, frame of work. I don't know what Johnny Manziel's, feelings are towards GIllie and why he's even chiming in when it was never about Johnny.
I think him and Cam is cool or something like that, to my knowledge.
Either way,
or to my,
I never understood it. Johnny felt disrespected on behalf of Cam. I don't even know how he landed there, but at the end of the day, he did now make a threat to do harm to another man physically, which is an escalation I never want things to go to in terms of this media stuff. It's just words, man. Let's keep it words. Let's not go to the point where we being physical, because there's no need for it. It's like, well, what are we arguing over? It's just ego. And at this point, I want your opinion as an athlete, as someone who's transitioned from athletics into the media space. You have an in-depth, like, where does the trash talking end and where does the media personalities begin, and how far does one go over the other? Where's the overlap?
I mean, here, from the top of the whole situation, it was cool, a little back and forth banter. Like, I'm here for it. Whatever. Talk y'all shit, It got a little bit dragged out when they keep going back and forth addressing each other. From my perspective, y'all both don't do the thing that both of y'all don't do the thing that y'all arguing about right now. Like, Cam talking about GIllie's rap career. He's no longer a rapper. Like, GIllie talking about Cam's football career. He's no longer a football player. Yes, he's one of the best talents coming into the league at that point. Took his team to the national champ. Like, Cam is certified. Certified as what he done in football. But again, he didn't win. So, that to me is where the winners are always going to have something to say back to you. Like, oh, you ain't got one of these, And that's fair talk too, because no matter what Cam did achieve in his career, which we respect everything that he did achieve, he never won, And for me as an athlete, one of my biggest drives outside of just playing overseas was like, I got to win one. Like, and this go back to me and my friend group, my friend circle, our chat. Like, niggas in my chat, like, we was on each other about their careers. Like,
make sure you get that.
When one got a championship, it motivated the rest of us to say, all right, cool. And getting a championship overseas is different just because you only really put yourself in position to do that shit within certain parameters,
right.
And certain contracts that you take and certain positions that you put yourself in as a player. So, again, one of my biggest motivations was like, I at least got to get one.
Right.
It ain't happened till years into my career, pretty much my 8th year, but I got one.
Right.
So at that point, I felt validated as an athlete to say, like, everything I did around the game, which was still, respectable, numbers-wise, development-wise, all that other good stuff that you want to add to your, like, the total package of you being a player. Because you don't want to be a bus rider, like Charles Barkley says, and you just get one. You want to be one of the driving forces for your team to win a championship. So once you get to that point, it's like, all right, cool, I got one. That doesn't, again, negate everything else that you did in your career, going back to, defend Cam in a sense. But the whole back and forth at this point is just, like, mad annoying. Like, both of y'all niggas is rich. Like, what are y'all arguing about?
Well,
both of y'all is rich as fuck. What are y'all arguing about now?
But isn't it something like when the person that's talking trash hasn't done anything in your field? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you aren't even in a football arena in any capacity. So So isn't
but we also got to understand who GIllie is. Like,
that's fair.
He is the mascot for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's fair
in the culture.
Yeah, in the culture.
We know the actual mascot. But that he rides hard for Philly, like he should. That's his team. Like, you think the Knicks don't get a championship? I'm popping shit to whoever the fuck, like, that's just how you're supposed to give it up when you got a chip. Is he a little bit goofy for it? Yeah, like, he's a troll. He's a quintessential troll when it comes to just talking about niggas online. Like, this is what he does. So knowing that as Cam which is why I feel GIllie when he say you being mad sensitive. Like, you being sensitive, you being like a little bitch about it because, yeah, nigga, I'm going to talk shit. I'm a fan. Like, you don't got to make it all personal and talk about my career and this is that, whatever, to go back and forth and double back and talk again and triple back and talk. It's like, that shit to me is like, have y'all little banter is cool. Cam is a dog, and I'm sure that GIllie respects Cam's career outside of I'm riding for my team.
That's fair.
As a super fan, that's what you do. Like, he's a super Philadelphia sports fan. It's gotten him a bag. It's gotten him notoriety in the city. It's gotten him the chance to be in a locker room with his favorite players that he's like, this is what he is. So, yeah, he's going to roll. He's going to be like, he ride hard for Philly. Like, that's how he is. You know, he's also very critical of his own city. They talk shit to Paul George about how they wasn't shit last year. So he's the guy that's going to keep it real with you and not just say everything we doing is the best. But if what you're doing is the best coming off of a Super Bowl, yeah, you got the chance to talk your shit. So I do think Cam's being a little bit sensitive with the whole going back and forth to him. Like, he's a troll. Like, you got to look at that and be mature enough to be like, all right, whatever. That's cool. You know, especially if you're securing what you did in your own career too. You know, it's like going back to last episode, we was talking about, well, what niggas would say if they said my stats versus KD, bro. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I did what I did. I'm where I'm at now. I'm trying to make a lane in this space and everything else I'm doing around me. So for me, it's like, what do you that? The Johnny Manziel shit to me is like where it gets corny because stay your ass out of black people shit. Like, for real. Like, interesting. Again, getting too close to the cookout and now you want to threaten to put hands on niggas. Like, that to me is corny. Like, that's corny.
Now, if you think people would have responded the same way if GIllie made a threat like that to Johnny Manziel, like if you say something, I'm gonna slap you. Like if the shoes were reversed, you know what I mean? And
GIllie wasn't shooting at Cam.
No, I know. I'm just saying if because I'm trying to, like, obviously there's no way of doing it without Johnny being braggadocious about something else. But if let's say Johnny said something about him being stupid or something like that, his comments, and then he said, watch your mouth, I'll slap you or something like that. Do you think society as a whole...
That would have been too far too, I feel like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Coming from GIllie. But GIllie, again, he's not... I think GIllie also operates from a street perspective because GIllie's career was in rap, but before that, he's a street dude from Philly. Like, Wallo was locked up for street shit. So they operate in a whole different space when it comes to physical violence, you know?
Yes.
So when it's cool, it's on, you know, it's on wax, it's on record, and it's all like, yeah, talk your shit. But when you talk about putting hands on niggas, that's where it's like, all right, like now you taking it too far, you know? That's what to me is like where it gets corny in this scenario. And especially you coming out of left field, like who's talking to you, bro? Like ain't nobody talking to you.
Yeah, it was definitely was something that I did not see.
Like it came out of nowhere. It was Ryan Clark, it was Cam Newton, it was GIllie. And you come your ass in from nowhere. You know, I think it's clout demon shit. Like, you know.
Oh, you think that's the whole reason is to get more eyes on Johnny?
Is clout. Like, this whole thing is clout. We talking about it, but they're doing this shit for clout because they know it's gonna boost
beef sells.
Right.
Beef sells.
It's gonna boost the numbers, it's gonna boost the ratings. I think Cam Newton knows that. He's trying to get his shit lit. I think Cam Newton, from what they say, is trying to position himself to get on ESPN after the whole Shanon shit.
Well, so that's a whole nother conversation. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, yeah.
But it's all clout shit, man. So I look at it with a grain of salt. Like, nobody's actually gonna put hands on nobody and all that. I don't think. But
I don't think I can say that because you gotta also think Wallo is the wild card in the situation.
Wallo ain't doing it. Wallow's somewhere counting his money, and
you think Johnny Manziel, Wallo, and GIllie end up in the same room? Nothing's gonna happen.
Ain't shit gonna happen, bro.
Okay.
Ain't shit gonna happen.
I feel like they're gonna antagonize.
Potentially, but I don't think they're going to be the initiators of any kind
No. I think that, but the optics when that moment happens, they because they operate on street, they can't go into a room and just be quiet when Johnny Manziel's there.
Be quiet. It's like, what's up?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If that's the case, and I don't think Johnny Manziel is actually going to put hands on GIllie. And honestly, if I'm in that scenario to this point now, with the bags all these niggas got, you hit me, I'm suing.
You hit me, I'm suing. I'm doing that regardless at this point in my life. I'm gonna sue you.
You know, and that's when you get to the millionaire games and all that, is you do shit a different way. Like, there's money riding on how they act in these scenarios.
Yeah.
Like, they clipping niggas for a lot of shit nowadays. Them sponsors will back off. Them dollars will not be as funneled and generated into your business if you do the wrong shit. Like, You got $100 million to do a podcast, Waldo and GIllie together. Like,
Facts.
I'm not entertaining that, bro. I'm on some whole nother shit. I'm exactly where I want to be in life,
Yeah.
financially, etc. Like, bro, you talking. Yeah, something about self-defense, but I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
But I will put content out to make it interesting on the internet because that's going to drive more money towards my business.
Give me more money.
Yeah, you know, in their case, not saying me. I probably wouldn't operate like that. Or a lot of these.
I mean,
niggas
honestly,
right now that we're about to get to coming next.
if someone wants to threaten me, you really got to have something internally wrong with you, because I don't have a bone to pick with any. I don't disrespect people.
Well, you're not GIllie and you're not antagonizing.
Yeah, I'm not tagging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you
so
really, it's something really disturbed inside of you if you got a problem with me.
Hey man,
I don't look
everybody
at
keep
you
it
like
cool,
that.
man.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Keep
So,
it cool with the
but like you said
fellas
earlier,
and keep it cool with the casinos.
you so crazy. like you said earlier with the whole Shanon Sharpe situation that's going on. Not even just Shanon Sharpe. It's just I feel like a lot of.
It's all these niggas, bro. I was really trying to get to the Marcus Morris shit because I was next to my.
A lot of athletes.
My bullseye.
A lot of black athletes, to be specific.
It's that year, bro. It's a year for that.
Are being put into litigation situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got the GIllie situation.
I mean, that ain't legal.
What you mean that's legal? What you mean? Yeah, it's a legal situation. What you mean?
What you mean? GIllie or Gilbert?
Not well. I mean Gilbert. I said
okay, my bad. Yeah,
with Gilbert Arenas, we got Marcus Morris, and we got Shanon Sharpe.
Shanon Sharpe, civil, but
it's still litigation. That's what I'm saying.
No doubt. It's civil, but
when attorneys are involved,
because niggas will get put on
well,
whatever
there's another
for defamation.
lawsuit. Yeah, another lawsuit. So I don't. It would depend on what comes out in that lawsuit. Might be something more coming down the pipeline than that. But all I'm saying is, what's going on in our community with our brothers, man? What's going on?
I'm gonna make this real quick.
Go,
Shanon Sharpe,
please.
You need to lay low. I think he just gotta lay low.
You see the picture of the girl?
Yeah, the picture of the girl been out.
No. The other girl's supposed to be suing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From the Usher show, I remember her face from the video when he stuck a cherry in her mouth. It was a thing. They wasn't the only people that was talking about her. Other people spoke about that situation with that woman.
Yeah. On
podcasts, on mics, on etc. It's the reason she's going after Shanon Sharpe. And when it rains, it pours.
Facts.
Like
he didn't even get the money though, because I think the deal fell through because of the ESPN deal. He didn't get that ESPN deal money, right?
No, they fired him.
Yeah. So. All that.
So what money you talking?
Exactly. What money did he get? He got.
You talking about the money he paid the one girl? Or you talking about the money he might have to pay this now?
That's a whole other conversation. How much money does he have? Is my question.
I don't know.
I mean, Laportier is cool, but
Google net worth and all the other shit. I don't know. I really don't know. But
he was fired from ESPN.
For me, right after I get done paying out reportedly $23 million, or allegedly $23 million to this one girl, I'm not trying to pay shit to nobody else.
$23 million is nasty work too, by the way.
That's all of it's nasty work. Like, and in the girl situation, again, disclaimer, I do not support abuse. I do not support whatever. But she made off like a champ out of that whole shit.
Oh yeah.
Played him like a OnlyFans model. But accountability time. Niggas got to stop wilding out. Niggas got to stop wilding out. Shanon Sharpe, you was kind of nasty anyway for messing with that young ass girl. Like, it's kind of nasty for messing with the young girl, and you overexpose yourself to some bullshit to where you are now you fucked on the back end because of it. And now again, once it rains, it pours, because now you got this next woman right after coming at you for potentially $20 million in her suit, saying you defamed her and she lost. Like that, and that to me is a whole nother thing. Like, I don't want to keep it too real, man. Fuck it, shit. I think that shit is a money grab, legal extortion.
Okay.
From the new one.
I mean, I don't know if it's extortion, but
maybe not extortion. I'm probably using the wrong word, but it's just a money grab.
It's a money grab for sure.
It's a big money grab.
It's a money grab for sure. And
I'm here for mental health. I'm here for all of that shit. But I think
a lot of these people
some bullshit.
see where he's at in the situation. He's you're in a fragile position right now, Shanon, and because of that, they know you just got the $23 million hit. So they're like, all right, let's go after him again, because there's a potential, even if he's not going to go for it, he might settle and give us something.
I mean, that's the goal anytime you go for a big number like that.
Exactly.
But either way, I just think that's some bullshit.
I don't think it's right, quote unquote. But I think also it's very important for us to realize when we are having platforms, speaking on people,
Facts.
using it, you got to be careful what you say.
It's that simple.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
There's reports related to this, man. The language got to be right because these people will take it and run with it. Oh, he said this. He did this. This is this. And I'm like, okay. You gotta find your circle and trust the people you trust to. That's why I'm like, I thought I wanted to be famous at one point. And I said to myself, nah, man. That's a headache that I don't want.
I take the money. I don't want all that.
I don't even want that much money. I don't want that much money because the issues that come with that, and then
not if you live right.
Okay, we'll see.
Not if you live right. I believe there's a decent way to just get money, chill, and keep all the money you're supposed to keep because you don't overexpose yourself to some bullshit where you got to pay out M's and all that to people for some shit that you did. You know.
Yeah, I don't need.
There are good millionaires. There are people who just got money and you wouldn't know they got that much money and they're just kicking it. You know, like that's what I'm about. All that famous shit to where and that's a whole another different thing because the whole thing with the young girl is different than this thing with the podcast. Like, yeah, you can get slip up and say some shit on mic. It happens all the time. Like, again, there's a reason she's going after Shanon Sharpe. I just think he needs to lay low and take another 6 months or some shit and get his shit together.
Do you think there's a reason why? I'm trying to frame this the right way. Why is it are affluent black men tied to lack of sexual self-discipline? We talked about this before on episodes before.
We did.
It's like there's so many. It's like the same stories.
It's not just
repeat
affluent
themselves.
black men. We just saw a CEO of Astronomer. Like, it's like
well, he was caught doing the infidelity. Yes, you know what I mean.
It's not just black
affair.
Men.
I don't think. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying because I'm going to land it a little bit. It's not just the infidelity. It's like it's always some like other stuff that's connected to it. It's like exposed.
You mean like too freaky shit?
Yeah, like it's always extra. Like it's always extra sauce. You ever notice that?
It's true, but that's what happens when you expose yourself. Like there's a lot of people doing too freaky shit all over the place. That's why I said it's not just a black men issue. There's white men that do freaky shit.
Well, Adam 22.
It's not just black people. Again, it comes when you overexpose yourself, and when that happens, you fucked when you black is the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Because it comes with a different stain on our records, our resumes, than when it does with, the others.
Others, yes. All right. Well, I feel like the Marcus Morris thing, you wanted to talk about that as well.
Yeah, because all these niggas is tripping,
What's the breakdown for that, for what happened with Marcus?
Marcus Morris was arrested for frauding casinos with bad checks.
And
that whole scenario where he got out, he put out a video saying it was some bullshit, basically. I don't associate my name with anything fraud related. But, between that and the GIllie situation, which is a different story, we'll get to in a second. Well, actually, we're going to get to it now because it kind of all lumps together.
Yeah,
the whole
really
shit with GIllie allegedly having a gambling ring out of his home that he was renting per his claims. He get out of jail. He say he's snitching. My point with the whole thing, just to make it a little bit shorter than just opening up the whole conversation, because we're going to see what happens, for real. But niggas got to get low, because GIllie ain't got off the internet. He don't get off the internet anyway, but even in this whole situation, all I'm seeing is him posting about shit that involves the case.
He has been very vocal.
Marcus Morris, again, putting out his shit and if you are that sound and secure in, your defense that is going to go your way in a legal court, then yes, maybe you should put it out because, again, there's dollars behind these situations.
Yep.
People, sponsors walk, and it makes it very hard to get business as someone who, Marcus Morris, I don't think is a podcaster. He had a podcast set up when he put the video out, him and his brother. So I don't know if that's something they're doing going forward. But I didn't realize we saw him on ESPN all over the playoffs. So, when you in those circles and then you
can't mess up the money, man.
And also from Gilbert Arenas' side of thing, it's rumored that he was in talks to be on NBC this fall.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Because, they're developing a team. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Shout out to Tracy McGrady. Shout out to Michael Jordan. NBA on NBC is going to be a thing. But they said Gil was probably, in talks to try to be in that circle too. And Gillie's been on ESPN before. So you, first off, niggas do a lot of shit in their personal lives that don't really help on the business side. So that's where it goes back to what I said. You can be a millionaire and get a lot of money and just live a regular kind of life, bro. Like, it just really just goes to your core as a person. I'm just saying allegedly, because I'm not saying that Marcus intended to defraud the casinos on the money with the bad checks. Maybe something happened in his financials. Like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Weird shit happens all the time. GIllie's situation, I don't really know what he thought was going to happen when he was running that shit out of his house. Like, maybe he was giving bad information. Maybe he didn't personally vet all the people that were going to be gambling in his house to then put him on, you know,
maybe he didn't know people was even gambling in the house.
His name was on the tables. There's a picture floating out with, well, unless the picture is,
again,
allegedly, this is all
allegedly.
But he did say he rented out his house for gambling. Like, he admitted that. He said, I was just renting the house for that. So how involved he was with it, again, you overexpose yourself to some shit when you do things like for the quick money grab or for the look, and it's just not.
I didn't know no actual money was going to be changed. I thought it was just a poker night.
Come on, man.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
they had girls in the house. Like, you know what's kind of going on there. Again, how close you are.
I'm just saying,
and
alleged.
You got the Israeli mob boss on there. Or,
allegedly.
Like, that to me is where, you know, you got to vet those kind of situations. Like, I'm not letting nobody who might be on the FBI watch list in my house to gamble.
The viewpoints of D Burke are in.
Like,
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm sorry. Like,
I don't know the case. I'm gonna let the legal system work the way it's supposed to.
But
right?
Yeah, so we're gonna see. But get off the fucking internet after, bro. I don't want to see you joking with the feds online.
I mean, Ocho was on the internet after the situation was settled with Shorty Rock.
Sure.
These cats be moving like that.
For me, Ocho's situation a little different. If it's settled, it's settled. Gil, you got an open case with the feds potentially, like, and the feds rarely miss. So for me, I'm not going online and just talk about the shit and antagonize them on the back end too. You know, unless you feel that sound in your defense and everything. Like, I'm snitching, like, all that to me is like, it's for clout. I know it. It's for clout.
He's definitely a clout chasing kind of guy.
But to me, when that kind of legal shit is involved, get low, bro. Get low.
I think he has a good team around him. They should be able to keep him out of jail.
I hope so. I hope so. I really do. I'm not wishing bad on none of these people in that way, but I just think people overexpose themselves by doing a bunch of like shit that it just be too extravagant, or you're trying to live a life or live a look, and then it come back to bite you in the ass. Like, to me, I'm just about getting money and keep it chill. Like, get money and keep it chill, bro. I'm not trying to impress, and I don't have those kind of problems because I ain't got that kind of money. So again, that's a different old story. But I believe. But
also, you don't live that kind of life either, though. You ain't going no gambling, Jones. You ain't.
I mean, I've gambled before. I've been in the casinos. Like,
yeah, you have. But
I'm not a person who's a casino freak. I don't frequent it. It's not my thing like that. You know, I just live a regular life. I like cool shit. I like to get money. I like to grow. Like, that's it for me.
Yeah.
You know? So whatever I grow into, if I was to be 100 millionaire, like, I don't believe that morally I would start just doing a bunch of shit that just, again, could overexpose me to a bunch of bullshit on the back end, but also just shit that's outside of my wheelhouse anyway, you know? But, hey, I don't live in them circles.
I mean, speaking of overexposure yourself, I mean, are you familiar with what's going on? The internet's a wild place. But are you familiar with what's going on with the T app?
Yeah.
Yeah? You've been caught up?
I'm familiar.
You've caught up with the T app?
I am familiar with the T app.
Well, the T app, for those who don't know and those who are maybe not as tapped in with the TikTok and all that stuff, basically it's an app that is designed to aid in the process of dating. It's ladies only, and they are able to provide, you know, core information about the individuals that they're dating, just in case that person might end up being the person that they're dating next. So they have some, basically like the Carfax on an individual. Unfortunately, with that comes a responsibility from the app itself, and they failed to protect the information of the users, and they were hacked, releasing a lot of the information of the users that were on the app, including their driver's license and locations and all that jazz. So with that being said, I wanted to get your opinion, and I want to share my own a little bit too about this app, where we've gone, and also the other app, the counter to the T app, which is Box Score, which is supposed to be the male version of the
Box
T.
Score is kind of fire, though.
I was just like, now you're gonna say it's fire. Listen, I was just
Just
saying.
the name is kind of fire.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to get
As a response, it's kind of
get your
fire.
take, get your opinion, get your perspective on this. See what you think of this futuristic approach to dating.
I wouldn't even call it so much futuristic because this shit been going on for years now. This shit was going on back when I was playing overseas. Still, like it was Facebook groups back then, but
it's Facebook group now for sure.
Oh yeah, and it hasn't stopped. But my first introduction to that was being overseas, and then
my fault.
That's the alarm for the.
No, it's me getting the phone calls. It's people calling me.
Yeah, but what was I just saying? Oh no, overseas when they would have girls like exposing the basketball players online, like in Facebook groups, like post a picture of him. He has a family back home. He has a girlfriend, 4 years, etc. Like that kind of shit, Or the girls from back home posting a man trying to get information about what they was doing overseas that they might not know,
Yeah.
Because it's long distance. Like, so that was my first introduction to that kind of shit. So for me, I've always thought it was kind of whack and corny, and I thought it was whack and corny because at that point I might have been living a certain life myself. But, in general, I just don't think, and the person who made the T app is, do you know who created it?
I seen him. Definitely not.
Come on. Like, motive there, I think. And the reason his motive for creating the app in general, I guess, can be genuine because, whatever his story is with his family and his mom. But, I don't think that it's healthy. And if you expose that kind of capability to women in that way, it's going to go exactly how it does. And not to say there's not some legitimacy to some of the claims that the women may be making on there, because a lot of niggas is creeps. So I do understand that part of it, but I'm just it's just whack. It
is whack.
I can't get behind it, And ladies, y'all just showing y'all hand in a lot of ways, and why certain people don't trust y'all on the male side of things.
So it's tough because I feel like there needs to be some form of, I guess, investigative arm of what's going on out here, because there's a lot of false, fake information associated with the T app. And I think there needs to be checks and balances. Like, there's got to be some form of verification for what the information that you're sharing about some person. Because, you know what I mean? Like, even with, like, when you give reviews of, like, your food or something like that, if it's a bad review, you know what I mean? Like, there's someone scrubbing it and saying, this doesn't even align. This doesn't seem accurate. It seems like this is just false stuff. And they take it down after a certain point. But I feel like with this app, it's free reign. There is no checks. There's no balances. There's no verification. There's no nothing. And it runs a risk when you can just say anything. You put any picture up. You don't have to have proof of any relationship. You can just go say, I don't like this dude. I'm going to put his picture up and say whatever I want. That part I don't like. Now, on the flip side, I don't like how sometimes people be moving scazy. Like, there's some dudes that just have no morals and are just out here willy-nilly being nasty.
That's fair.
And I'm just saying this. So there's two extremes. The one is how someone is manipulating the app and putting out false information. That's a female trying to damage somebody because they don't like them, or just because that person didn't give them a chance, or whatever the case. Then there's the other side where there's guys out here that's playing women, lying to them, being manipulative. So those two extreme people right there, let's toss them out of the equation because they're both wrong. They cancel each other out. Now, in between all of that, there's genuine people that are using the app in the intended way it's supposed to be. And then there's people that are being caught up in that regard. With the hacking stuff, as a company, as a business, as an entity that has people's information, you're supposed to be responsible with keeping it secure. That's what you're supposed to be responsible for. So that, to me, that's on the app.
Can we trust the app to keep it responsible when you're making the app for bullshit and letting it turn to bullshit in the first place? Like,
again, that's why I'm saying there should be checks and balances.
You made an app to expose niggas, and probably some niggas was like, all right, we about to find a hacker and take all y'all shit. Like, got it. The whole app in general, like, going back to the point of the one side versus another, like, yeah, I do believe that for, like, super abusive situations to where it's like people are at harm, like, yes, there should be some kind of a registry or list or something like that, just like sex offenders, like, you know.
Okay.
Like
the domestic abuse list, huh?
Something like that, you know, or child molesters, pause, sorry, you know, we can bleep that out.
Pause.
But all that stuff to me, like, yeah, you should be on that kind of registry if you're getting booked and all that, like, yeah. But the other stuff, like, if your boyfriend lied to you and you want to put him on, like, that's corny. Like,
that's fair.
That's the corny shit.
Everybody has their.
To me, I'm of the old school mentality that you gotta go through. You gotta go through your lumps in your relationship.
Go through your lumps.
For real shit. Go through your lumps in your relationship without trying to run online and expose niggas and all that. Like,
I mean, it used to not be online. It used to be they would go talk to their girls. And
and that's cool. Talk to your girls. Spread it around the school.
But when we got the internet, now that reaches a lot farther.
That's the corny shit. You trying to make it hard for niggas to cheat and niggas to do this and niggas to do that. And all that. Shouldn't that be the hard thing to do? It shouldn't be easy to cheat.
Not
in that way. Like
what? What do you mean?
Not in that way. Catch your man the old-fashioned way. Like
catch your man the old. You can't use technology.
Or catch your girl the old-fashioned way for on the other side.
Catch your man the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, like I'm of that. Like catch me or not me at this point.
Get your tarot cards out.
Catch me the old-fashioned way.
Whatever
like,
you gotta
I slip
do.
up, you go in my phone or something like that.
Oh, you gotta go into the phone. I don't like that either. Cause that's illegal.
I don't like it either.
That's illegal now.
It is.
You can't
illegal.
do that.
It is. But
they changing the game.
I'd rather that than you go on the app to put my face up and say, hey, is there someone around the city that's fucking my boyfriend or something like that? To me,
there's another Facebook
that's too
group.
much accessibility.
It's called Am I Dating the Same Guy?
Yeah, that's
another one, and it has people listed on there, and he's like, boom, he took me here, did this, said this, boom, boom. They break it down.
Catch me the old school way.
Old school, like, no technology.
But
at the same time, cats ain't moving the old. They're not doing the old school moves
and that's
either.
Why I'm not equipped to have this conversation, because to me it's all corny. Like catch me the old school way. That's my perspective on it.
It's different because guys are now sliding in DMs, hitting them up on Twitter, Snapchat,
girls do the same
Facebook.
Shit. Like,
no, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The game can't be. You can't do old school moves because the old school game is no longer there. Nobody gets the pen and paper no more and writes down a number.
I'm talking about old school, like Twitter, when Twitter first came out and Instagram just got
that's not even old. That's throwback. That's not even. I mean,
that's old school now. That these like updated this version of society. This is old school. Like,
really?
Yeah, the Black Planet, you jump in a DM like
Black
that phase, like 03, 04, 05 to like maybe 2000.
You want to go to an AOL chat room? What do you want to do?
Yeah, that was when shit was, that's when you could
call a party line,
cheat and do your thing, and not really expose yourself unless you are actually slipping.
So you want to be able to get your shit off without getting caught? That's what you want to do.
For my life, yes. At that point, I was.
You just mad because you might not be able to get out here like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm chilling now.
No, I know, but in the version of you from the past.
All this shit now is out of my wheelhouse.
You ain't worried about it.
Refer back to the past episode. Me and my lady straight.
I know, but what I'm saying is the version of you that is chiming through right now is the version
the inner demon.
Yeah, the inner you like, nah, don't do it that way. Catch me on the phone.
Catch me on the phone.
Catch me somewhere moving out here. Yeah, I know.
If you know anybody that was really living that kind of life, they just made the game harder and harder and harder. And in the words of Kendrick Lamar again, like you better off having one woman. This shit tricky.
Facts.
Not that I really even have those urges because I'm chill in my life. Like,
you happy, man. It's good.
Me and my girl, we can admire beautiful women together. Like that's.
But the beauty of it is, in this world we live in now, right? There's so much access. We were not supposed to see this many women.
That's why I said, catch me the old school.
You're not supposed to have access to this many women. You go through any social media, and there's half nigga women on the internet.
If that's where your algorithm leans, yeah.
You know that you don't got to just type in A and it's becoming like it'll be.
But your algorithm don't really lean that way unless you
are leaning that way yourself.
You double tapping a lot of that shit.
Right. But all I'm saying is it doesn't take a lot to find it. What I'm trying to say is, so if that is the state of our world, and you got an app that is trying to protect women that are actually trying to find decent relationships,
Are they?
All right, y'all. What's the percentages then? to you in your mind, what's the percentage of women that actually want relationships and are using the app properly, and those that are using it nefariously? Give me your breakdown.
85-15.
85 women are trying to be.
85% of them is on some bullshit.
Come on, dog. That's not even realistic.
I'm dead ass serious.
That's not even realistic.
I'm dead ass serious.
Nah,
85% of them is on some bullshit. 15%
I don't think so.
is actually trying to use the app for its intended purpose.
I don't think so. I don't think that.
We can agree to disagree. I think it's very high.
I'm gonna say it's a 65-35 split. And the 65 is for women that are actually genuinely trying to use it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I think
that's 35%, but the 35% are way louder and way more aggressive in their usage of the app than the women that are like the 65%. That's my personal though. Maybe I look at the world as a little bit more half full than half empty though.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
I told you Thanos was right.
So you trying to snap it all the way, huh?
Snap all y'all off the T app.
All I'm trying to say is with the future, especially with the app like a box score, imagine you coming home and you pop out, let me just see this box score thing, and you get, you get a what's the name? A picture and your lady, and you got your joint. She got 23 dudes replying like, yeah, I know her. Yep, she's cool. Is that going to affect your ability to be in a relationship? Or are you going to be able to say, oh, these guys are lying? I say, I'm in the mindset, don't open a can of worms that you know you can't eat.
I mean, sure.
If you're not fishing for information, don't even open a can of worms.
Hey, none of this got nothing to do with me, so, leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the comments. EFS family, leave it in the comments. What would you do?
I keep referring back to some old shit, and I don't want to make it seem like that's anywhere near where I'm at now currently. But
you're in a good space. I'm in a different.
Internet, y'all.
I'm in a different space. I don't want no T app. I don't want no box score. I just think that you got to go the old fashioned way, develop a friendship, build on that friendship, and then see if y'all can compatible. That's it. Find love. Date.
The old school way.
The old school way.
Like
play some Uno, man. That's how I do it.
Facts.
But good luck out here, y'all.
Yeah, man. Good luck with all that shit. It's nasty out here right now.
Yeah, I ain't with you.
I'm glad I'm old and I'm washed, and I'm currently committed to someone in life. So yeah, I got it, man.
PBS shutting down, so be safe.
Facts. Moving forward though, we'll get to our walk with me segment for the day.
Talk, man. Talk.
We ain't gonna make this one too long. Just
what
a
you
little,
got, man?
Little touch of conversation on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Today's conversation is gonna be about the uncomfortable process, and it comes off of a mood, a spirit that I've been in recently, and just embracing everything that I'm going through. And I really hit a point to where I have kind of found my stride, and I posted something online yesterday from my threads about it. I forget exactly what I said, but it was something to the effect of just there's beauty in being in a position to where you're doing some new things and struggling through it and finding your stride and gaining momentum, but then still realizing that you got a ways to go, but also realizing that, the potential that you have along the way, and just really embracing that there's beauty in that, and in this most recent state of my life, kind of going back to what you spoke on earlier, or way earlier at this point, where you're saying like the workouts and all that, just having to be in a position now to really craft my own, brand fitness wise, and just, put my own stamp on and my own staples together to really differentiate myself and create business for myself. It's been something that is a space that I've just had to really just hit the ground running and kind of figure out a lot of it. Like knowing what I'm doing in certain ways, but also not. So, it's really just like uncertain feelings, but also confidence, but you're still struggling to get things going to where, you're figuring out how you're doing it and you don't feel completely sound in your process just yet.
Yeah.
And every week and every time I'm working with these people recently, like I'm just getting more feedback and just picking their brains about, what I'm doing and how I've been serving them, and helping them to go about their lives in a fitness way. Yeah. And yesterday, I had one of my workouts with clients, and then after they was just like, yo, like this shit is like fire. Like, like in that way, like yo, you put together some dope shit, like, you know, in one of the classes I had. So just going home driving, I'm like, yo, I'm kind of getting the hang of this shit, you know. I'm kind of getting the hang of this shit. And feeling like that is dope because you have the understanding that you're doing something and gaining confidence of it. But I still know I got a lot of steps to take to get to like where my big goal is. But big goals don't happen overnight,
Right.
you know. So it's really just a beautiful space to be in, to embrace that and also understand that, you know, you're gonna struggle at some shit at some point in your life, you know. And especially if you're starting to do something new completely, you know, it's going to be some trying times. There's going to be trials and tribulations, and it's going to be moments to where you like, okay, the imposter syndrome part of it, you know, like, you know, having those feelings is just normal, but don't run from those, you know, because that, if you stay committed, stay focused, and stay on path, is where you find yourself. And again, you get your wheels turning, you know, going back to the EFS thing, just put the pieces together to the vehicle, and then you just little by little get down the road, you know. So being in that space is just beautiful, you know. You're not where you want to be yet, but understanding that you have what it takes to get there, you know.
Nice.
So just a little something I wanted to share with the people, just because, you know, I'm in a real motivational space recently, having to do everything I'm doing and bringing everyone along with the process, you know, because I'm living proof right in front of me. The most fulfilling thing that's happening on a week-to-week basis now is the people that kind of know where I've come from in my most recent years professionally here, and it's saying like, yo, damn, like, you're doing it, you know? Like, you're doing what you said you want to do, and it's happening right in front of you, and they try to get me to realize that, and sometimes I don't, because it's just like I'm so caught up in, you know, success is moving, so it's like I'm caught up in that they're like telling me like, yo, you're doing it, you know? So keep that and just understand that, you know, we see it. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, man.
Proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Welcome, man.
And a good space to, you know, as I make another lap around the sun. But, yeah, it's a good space to be in for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it kind of ties into what my quote for the day is, man. Just looking for something that kind of helps people throughout their journey a little bit. And hopefully, you know, it resonates the way it resonated with me. It goes, fear kills your ability to see beauty. You have to get beyond fear, back to a comfortable space before you can even start looking around. Run it back one more time. Fear kills your ability to see beauty. You have to get beyond fear, back to a comfortable space before you can even start looking around. And that's from Will Smith. But man, I hope it resonates, man. Thank you, EFS family. Be sure to
You memorized that one?
No, it was off my phone right here. Yeah. I'm good with my moves, man. I'm good with my moves. I
couldn't see that shit from
rocking.
this
I be
angle.
rocking. You know what I'm saying? I be rocking over here.
Memorized the Will quote before you came into that.
Nah, I got you right here. But EFS family, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. That's really important to us. We want to make sure we get more eyes, more people seeing this content, more people connecting with the EFS brand. So please share, like, comment, subscribe as best you can. Appreciate you.
Word. And as always, on the way out, we'll tell you to guard yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and all things in between. Stay safe in this crazy world. But as we wrap up episode number 65, we'll catch you on the flip side. I got birthday shit to do, so we out of here.
We out, baby.
Peace.